Hi, I'm Kristy Serini.
And I'm Ali Vuno.
Welcome back. It's been a very long time.
But a lot has happened since we've been gone, and we're going to talk about the biggest things in music in the past month.
So we're going to talk about new music releases, artists who have come back, the Superbowl halftime show, and the Grammys, which have all happened recently.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to start off with the Grammys. So the Grammys were this past Monday because of the long weekend, and there were many technical difficulties and last-minute dropouts, so the show was definitely interesting this year.
Yeah, I think overall it wasn't that great because there were so many malfunctions with like the technical difficulties, and I don't know, I just feel like there was a lot of tension kind of going on.
I agree. Like, I don't know, I feel like some of the artists, we'll discuss this later, but I feel like with Taylor Swift and Adele and the other big artists, like, not everyone in the audience was exactly happy for them, whether they were performing or they were accepting their Grammy, but...
Yeah, I definitely feel like there were a lot of mixed, like, feelings about everything out there, and... you can definitely see that there's a divide in the music industry right now, just based off of like who's with who and who doesn't like who, and it's just
and people's like level of success. I feel like they're really competitive.
Exactly.
It is.
Everyone's fighting over that #1 spot on the charts. No one knows who it's gonna be.
Okay, so we just like go on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Adele was one of the performers on Monday, and she sang one of her songs from her new album, All I Ask.
Yes.
All I Ask. And I think it was a good performance. However, she did have some technical difficulties in her performance. People said that the mic fell on the piano, so for a few seconds you could barely hear her voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that her voice was wavering, and there was definitely some notes that were out of pitch, but I feel like she still toughed it out for the unexpected circumstances, so I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, so when the whole performance was going on, it kind of sounded like guitar strings, but it was making the piano really out of tune, so it was hard for Adele to adapt to that new pitch or whatever. But I think people shouldn't be giving her like a lot of like beef about it, because she is a really talented singer, and everyone knows that she's very capable of singing and hitting these notes. So I think this is just one time where obviously there were things that went wrong. The mic completely cut out for 1 second, but she got through it, she didn't panic, and it still ended up being a really good performance.
Taylor Swift, she won Album of the Year for 1989, and she's the first woman ever to win Album of the Year at the Grammys twice, and she won it for her album Fearless in 2009, I believe, so I think that's a pretty big accomplishment. She had a good speech.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was nice.
Interesting. Yeah, she definitely has come a long way since the last time that she won Album of the Year, but as we mentioned before, she had a really like upbeat motivational speech, but she was totally subtweeting Kanye because of what happened previously when he rudely interrupted her on stage, saying that Beyonce should have won the award that she was being given. But I think overall she has come a long way, and her music style has changed a bit, but she's very liked, and I mean, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I can appreciate her music, and I think that she's talented. It's just, like you said before, her attitude.
Yeah. I saw pictures on Twitter of, like, Tori Kelly, her reaction when, we'll insert a picture, but her reaction when Taylor was giving her speech, she was, like, she did not look happy. And another video of Adele, like, faking a smile when Taylor was giving her speech, and then she just went right back to like looking like, oh my god. But yeah, besides that, I mean,
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that she didn't deserve it, but you can definitely see that the people who were up for that nomination were a little disappointed. And I think it's just because she's so well known and she's been around for so long and she keeps constantly coming out with new stuff. And that's what people look for. They look for the constant new music coming out that they can listen to, and that's what Taylor Swift gives these people. So that's why I think she won it. And yeah, but Kendrick Lamar was nominated 11 times and had 5 wins, which was big for him considering he hasn't been around for too long and he's finally coming back to the spotlight. And what do you think about that?
I mean, in my opinion, I don't think he's a very mainstream rapper. I mean, he still has like a lot of fans, but I think it was a really great accomplishment even to be nominated for all the awards that he was. And his performance was good too. I think he might have a lot of newer fans after the show who have really given his music a chance. So
yeah, I think that I think that there's definitely something unique about him and different about him. He has a different delivery in his way that he raps, and I think that's what makes him so special compared to everyone else, and that's why he's been nominated so many times. And a lot of people like him. He's becoming more popular, and I'm pretty sure like Obama's favorite rapper is Kendrick Lamar. Like they're homies, yeah.
Justin Bieber also performed, and I think there were some technical issues during his performance. I don't know if this is what happened, but I thought he started singing like "Where Are You Now That I Need You" like a whole count or whatever it's called, like before it actually was in the music. So yeah, but I mean, I know he can definitely like sound and just perform better live, but I mean, given the like issues that happened, I think it was okay. But he also came on the red carpet in a white tux with his little brother Jackson. I thought that was really nice, giving him the experience as an 8-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah, it gave like a nice touch to everything. We got to see like a more like sensitive, not that we haven't seen it before, but like no one else brought like their siblings along with them.
Yeah.
But I think that was cool, and they dressed like similar on the red carpet. It was cute, but Justin Bieber needs to stop dyeing his hair blonde and he needs to cut it.
He needs to shave too.
Yeah. Rihanna was supposed to perform at the Grammys, but she dropped out because she had
severe bronchitis.
Yes. And so I think that it was a good thing that she didn't push herself to do it, because obviously she would like strain her vocal cords and then she wouldn't be able to perform for a while, especially with the new release of her album and the new release of her song Work, which has been a big hit. I think it's a good thing that she took the time to just rest so that she can prepare for her tour and can prepare for the performances that she has coming up.
Yeah, I know. I think it wasn't up to her. Like, it was doctor's orders, and she definitely would perform if she could, especially because her new album just came out, and that would be really good publicity, not only if she just sang Work, which is like the first single, but another song would be good for her. But I mean, if she couldn't sing, then like I obviously understand that, and hopefully she can perform at some other show soon.
Mm-hmm. And so the past few months have been hard for the older generation of music because we keep losing so many great singers from that time period. And so, as everyone knows, David Bowie passed away a few months ago, or not too long ago, and Lady Gaga stepped in and did a huge tribute to him, which I thought was really cool. Like the things that they did with her
special effects.
Yeah, the special effects, her makeup, and how on the screens they made her face transform into all these different popular like makeup looks that David Bowie did. And I thought that was really cool because it was showing how like this generation can do these things to emulate things from the past, and it was just really strong and powerful.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely respects him a lot, and obviously I think she even got a tattoo of his face like on her side, so she obviously loved him a lot, and he was kind of like an icon for her. But I think the performance well represented like him and all his music and how everyone has come to love him over the past decades.
Yeah, and I think if anyone were to do this tribute, Lady Gaga was definitely the perfect person for it with her like quirky personality. I think it fit it well, and if anyone were to try and do it, I don't think it would be the same. The same, exactly.
So, quickly we have some new music that we want to share. So first of all, Zayn, who was formerly a member of One Direction, he has come out with his new lead single, Pillow Talk, and it's high on the charts right now, and I feel like One Direction fans have kind of gotten over how he left, or they're kind of accepting him as a solo artist. Yeah. And not just One Direction fans, but normal people who had never liked the band before are liking his music now. So.
Yeah, because I think this song was definitely a lot different from the songs that he sang in One Direction, because I feel it was focused more on like a younger audience of people, but this just relates to more older, well, not super old, but like older people, and it has a little bit of profanity in it, and I think it's a lot different, and it shows it's a good song to show how he kind of like rebelled away from all of his past stuff that he did or he never wanted to be, and then he just kind of just let it all out.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I was upset that when he left One Direction, and like I really didn't want to like this song just because of that, but I think it's a pretty good song. It has a good beat, and I don't know, it's a good song for like what's coming out right now because it's different.
Yeah, I feel like in the end, like, as long as he's doing what he wants to do, he may have not handled everything in the right way, but I think he's growing as an artist, and he can finally show all of his talents and what he wants to sing.
And then Adele's album continues to keep rising on the charts, and I still think that her whole album is very good because she's such a powerful singer, and she's doing really well with everything, and she's just a really talented human being.
Yeah, and Rihanna also came out with her album a few weeks ago now, Anti, and this album was supposed to come out like last year. She hasn't come out with an album in almost 4 years, which was a really long time for her. So I think it was definitely highly anticipated. I think it's good. I haven't heard the full album, but it was released on Tidal, which is the app, like the music service from Jay-Z and other artists like that. I don't think it was the best approach, like promotion-wise, because it just kind of came out abruptly. Like people didn't really know when. But I think, it's also rising the charts, so I feel like it's gonna get up there.
Yeah, it's definitely still being discovered by a lot of people, but I think once it becomes popular, it'll do really well on the charts.
Definitely. The Super Bowl was last Sunday, and it was a good game. Panthers versus Broncos. Broncos won. And the halftime show was led by Coldplay, which was, in my opinion, kind of a random, like, act to be like the headliners of the halftime show, but I think they came out with a new album recently, so that was good, and I feel like they're kind of just like well liked, like there's nothing really wrong with them, I don't know, but they've definitely had songs that everyone knows even if they can't think of it at the top of their head.
Yeah. I'm a big Coldplay fan. I'm probably going to see them in concert this summer. So I think it was cool for me to see them perform live and just to see like how much fun they were having up there. And I think that they did pretty well. There were just a few things that I was just overall disappointed with. Obviously, I didn't love how it was during the day because it was still light out.
Yeah.
I'm usually used to seeing like it
cool
being dark
with the lights.
Exactly. They can do a lot, but I think for it being a like daytime performance, they pulled it off really well, especially at the end when they had the whole audience participate in it.
That was so cool.
And it was really cool, and I liked how they got them involved instead of just having them listen to them perform.
Yeah, the use of color was really pretty.
Exactly, and like all the different things that they had. And then I loved how it just, everything like like melded together really well, and I think overall it was pretty good. It was just those few things that like I just wasn't used to.
Yeah. And also Beyonce and Bruno Mars joined them in the performance, and they each kind of had their own little part of singing on their own, and then at the end they all came together to sing one last song. Beyonce sang her new song Formation, and Bruno Mars sang Uptown Funk, which is a classic. So that's about all we have for today. Thanks for watching us.
See you next time.